What's up, YouTube? I am back doing more from Tesseract, the War of Being album. This one is Echoes. I'm pretty sure I have not heard this one. Again, this is Tesseract Echoes. Here we go. Whoa. Those keys, very majory. Where is this going to go? Wow, what? Interesting sound for them, at least what I know of. Man, I love the toms. A lot of ghost notes on the snares. That's good. Ooh. It's a cool vocal lick. Those ghost notes, man. Where are we going? Chorus? No, still going. The guitar is so clean too. There's like 2 or 3 different tracks for the guitar. Interesting. Not a huge fan of the pacing here for this chorus, but there's a lot going on. Ooh. Is this the chorus? I think that was a pre-chorus. Are those bass like hits? Is that what that is? It's almost like those ghost notes are now like a bass slap almost, kind of. Or maybe it's another different percussion, I don't know. Those toms. Okay. This part, I mean, it's a weird decision. Because there's so much other kinetic motion in the other parts, and now we slow it down like right on the beat. Still going with the ghost notes. Little interlude kind of bridge thing here. Or is that it? No, it's gotta keep going. Sounds nice, that kind of ambient guitar they have. I think it's guitar and the bass. And a synth. Echoey synth in the background. 2 vocal layers. Maybe like 3 or 4 vocal layers. We're gonna come right back out into the pre-chorus. That's a nice harmony. Hell yeah, okay. So this is still, it's a slower tempo, but now it's kind of choppy. The bass kick, or the kick drum is like syncopated. Even the riff is syncopated a little bit. It's a little offbeat. God, those toms. Just having it slightly offbeat changes it up so much. Man, that's a nice big full kind of, encompassing ending too. Hell yeah. Nice resolution on whatever note that is. Oh, there's still a minute and a half left. Is this gonna just feed into another song? I might skip past this. I can't imagine where this is gonna lead to, if anything, for another minute. Oh? I should just shut up. God, that sounds nice. Ooh, is that keys? That's gotta be keys. Keys and like two or three guitar tracks. That has to be it now. Yeah. All right. That is Tesseract Echoes. That was pretty solid overall. If you've watched some of my other videos about Tesseract, I've never been like a massive fan, but I certainly respect them for what they've done, and especially for like a genre like gent that I'm a massive fan of. And stuff like this, I really appreciate the like technicality, the instrumentation, the dynamic range, and just these guys are super talented. Even vocally, which I'm not a huge cleans guy to begin with, you have to obviously recognize his talent and his ability to get down low and growls and stuff. Um, wasn't a huge fan of like the chorusy pre-chorus stuff until they switched it up and made it a little bit more syncopated at the end. I know what they were trying to do. It was offsetting the very I guess the less rigid parts of the verses because of that was so broken because of the way they were choosing to do the riffing and the ghost notes on the snare, just giving it a very kind of jittery, uneven feel, and then bringing it down just on the beat. 4/4. I don't know what it was, but it was certainly very much on the beat during those pre-chorus and chorus parts for the first two times around. Changed it up a little bit at the end or on the last one, and then the end part. Uh, Kind of an echoey, droning, echoey with the sound, a song name, kind of a droning. It sounded like it was probably the last guitar scrape that just kind of like faded slowly out into whatever you want to call the last minute and a half. A nice little, like I use the word resolution as that last kind of chord that they hit before that, I think. And then that was an even better resolution, tying it all together. Unfortunately, I'm not a lyrics guy either, so I don't know what he was saying. That I'm sure it was kind of tying a knot on whatever had happened throughout the rest of the song. Um, I'm focusing only on the, I guess the progression of the song and the musicality. So it certainly is something that I'm not opposed to. I love long extended bridges. It didn't really seem to lead anywhere musically, which is more what I'm looking for. But that's fine, dude. They're clearly trying to do something there, trying to finish off this song with a little bit extra, probably to lead you into the next song as well. Bands like Tesseract love to do that, telling a story with their work. Their album is a cohesive piece instead of just song, 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 song. Kind of leading into the next one. I'm assuming that's what that's trying to do. Breaking it down more, these guys, they do a lot of different cool stuff guitar wise. A couple of the best guitarists in this little niche of metal. A lot of cool riffs, a lot of very just kind of tasteful decisions with lots of clean licks during the choruses that still were very strong. It wasn't, I'm not acoustic, just very clean, choices for their tone or whatever. They pressed it through there. And then obviously they have the heavy, crunchy gent whenever they want to too. Um, Drummer, just fantastic. One of my favorite drummers. I can't think of his name right now, but just all over the place. Very creative. Some of those fills are just fantastic. How fast they are. A lot of other times he does it more simply on purpose, just for the effect instead of doing like or something like that. And the way they choose to have the toms really resonate in the mix is fan. I love it, dude. There's so much depth, and I want more too because you could tell that that is an important part of their kind of whole sonic arrangement, especially when he's going through those kind of slower fills that end up, leading into a big, huge, whatevery chorus, and um, that kind of stuff is, I don't know, it gets me because it sounds so full in the mix in your ears. There's so much depth to those toms, and man, I don't really know what else to say about that. The snare sound is a little bit like, to me, it's, I don't really know how to describe it in this, like this on this album so far. It's nice. It's not as snappy as like it's snappy, but it's almost a little bit too crisp, too thin. I want to, again, a little bit more depth and like to it, a little bit more harshness to it, but like almost overproduced, like almost a little bit like tinny for the snare, if that's a, if I'm allowed to say that. I don't have a background in music production. I just listen to a lot of music, and my dad was involved in music for his job, so I mean, I'm just going off of what I hear. A lot of other technical elements go into making a mix that I have no clue about. This is just what I'm picking up on and my own opinion about what I like. Other than that, I mean, again, vocally, he's all over the place, good in a good way. He's able to go up and down and all around. And lyrically, I just don't pay attention to it. That's my fault. So overall, this is a fun one. I'm gonna have to keep going through this album now because that's like two for two. Again, that was Tesseract